Cheers, guys. Epix 911. Welcome to another game in the Quick Look series. This is Syren, a game that I was pretty hyped up on a few days ago. And if it sounds like I'm talking past tense, I am. Let's just say it hasn't lived up to those expectations. Where to start? Alright, how about we just get in the game? So let's start there. And we're also going to start on a positive because there's a lot of negatives coming. The first positive, multiple forms of locomotion. So you've got teleport and smooth. We're going to get smooth on the left hand. Unfortunately, we've got to sandwich that compliment with a negative right away. Do not play this game on anything other than Ultra. So if you are not capable of running it at Ultra, personally, I wouldn't bother because it's a blurry mess. So right now this is normal and everything is just blurry, really blurry. High doesn't really change. Ultra finally sort of clear, but really looks like most other games medium to high. It does not look like Ultra. And we're going to start a new game. So yeah, there were all kinds of expectations, survival horror, underwater species that you've been experimenting on that, is seeking their revenge. It sounds pretty damn cool. Unfortunately, things start to fall apart really quick. Let's start with the obvious one, guys. So, this is the Unreal Engine 4. It looks good. Things look detailed. Look at the texture details. It looks like a sophisticated lab. Can't really tell you're underwater. I mean, we know just because we know what the game is about, roughly. But looking out would not give you an indication you're underwater. There's no hint of that. You may as well be on an asteroid. But more importantly, you appear, but you've got no access to a map. There was no cutscene. It's assumed when you start in your lab that you've been working here for days, weeks, hell, maybe even months or years. You would know this facility. Yet you don't know the facility. You don't have a clue how to get around because you've got no map. You have no backstory. So to just thrust you in like this, it's kind of cheap. There should have been some kind of backstory. Now, other games have done this. Look at System Shock back in 1994. They just thrust you, you wake up out of stasis. But the difference there is you did have a backstory. There was a cutscene that explained you were a prisoner, put into stasis. You woke up from that after all hell had broken loose on Citadel Station. And you didn't know the environment or the layout. That's why it is all fresh and foreign to you. That can't work here, though, because it's assumed you have been working here. So it just kind of got off on the wrong foot with me. It's like, okay, great, here I am. No cutscenes, no backstory, nothing. And now what? I'll tell you now what. You start looking at the computers. So I did. And horrible grammar. And it doesn't tell you much at the end of the day. So even if the grammar was better, you're not learning anything, okay? The only thing you really know is what you knew about the game before going into it. That somewhere there's these creatures running around. All right. Well, we'll get into that. But let's stop this annoying siren first. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. So again, the environment looks great, and there's a reason I'm harping on that, and we'll get to that. But for now, let's get ourselves an item and look at some other horrible design decisions. The axe is secure, 1138. Well, there is an axe over here. There we go. 1138. Boom. And right away, I'm going to launch into another negative. Yay. I don't enjoy it, but That's literally been my experience with this game. So I reach in to grab the axe. Why aren't you grabbing? Isn't it the grip button on the side? No? No, it isn't. It's the trigger, guys. Yeah, the trigger. Okay. Let's put this over here. And what happens if I let go of the trigger? I drop it. There's no sticky grip? There's no sticky grip. What that means essentially is the entire time you're holding an item, guys, you're going to have to hold the trigger down. Well, what happens if you have two items, which is going to happen a lot? Again, you're using the grip, and movement is the top of the trackpad to move forward. Well, you know what else is the top of the trackpad? Using an item. Yes, that ridiculous. Somehow that got past quality assurance, which just absolutely blows my mind. So you have a fire extinguisher that you grab by holding the trigger down, and then you push the top to use it, but then you're also moving? That makes no sense. Let's try that again. Case in point, it doesn't work. There are times where I've had it working, where I'm spraying and I'm running forward. The problem is if you don't put the fire out fast enough, you're essentially walking right into it. Just, again, another boneheaded decision. I'm not sure why that is. But either way, let us move forward, holding the trigger finger down. And we are going to put out a little fire here. The fire effects don't look too bad. I'm going to give that to the game. Unfortunately, I'm going to sandwich another compliment with a negative here, because as good as the environment graphics look, guys, the effects and the characters within are horribly out of place. And I got a theory on that, and I'll explain, but let's just look at the water effect first. Look how bad that looks. So you've got the Unreal Engine 4, you've got great environment graphics, and then you've got this horrible, horrible water effect that looks like late 1990s water effect. It just looks appallingly bad. Well, we're going to go kill our first Syren, guys. My initial reaction when I came across my first Syren was laughter. In a survival horror game, that's probably not the desired reaction that the devs would want from you, is laughter. But that was honestly my instinct, guys. I wanted to laugh, and you're going to see her and how horribly out of place she looks. I'm going to put an axe in her head, just telling you up front. Look at that. Just horrible. She just doesn't look like she belongs. Either do the effects. So I have a couple theories. One theory is the devs who created this aren't the same people who created that. Now, the possibility is, I suppose, that all the environment graphics are purchased assets. I suppose that's a possibility. I don't know enough about the Unreal Engine or the store itself to make that call, but it would at least explain why the character graphics and effects are so bad and yet the environment is so good. Or they were two different teams that didn't work closely together. That's a possibility. Either way, it doesn't make any sense, because if you look at the graphics of the Syren, they were primitive. She didn't look like she belonged in the environment. She was kind of floating above the stairs, and she wasn't really here. It looked out of place. Well, we're going to see another one here up close if I don't quite make it. We'll see. Okay, there she comes. Okay, so that was just to basically make her go the other way. That buys me a few minutes, not much, to grab some stuff and get the hell out of Dodge using the trigger finger, because you don't want to let go. There we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Oops. There we go. No idea where we're going. That's okay. So again, the whole time here I'm holding the trigger down, which is a pain in the butt when you carry stuff. I can't tell you how aggravating that is. And we've arrived, and where's my card? Did I drop it? Maybe I dropped it. Okay, here we are. Okay. So this buys me some time, I guess. Oh, no, another damn siren. She coming? Oh, she's getting close. I can't close it. There she is. So she's far away, but anyways, that is pretty much Syren. There is potential here, so I know it's kind of been one negative thing after another, and that's because those are no-brainer things that should have been in place. They can be fixed. Some of it though, like the character graphics, honestly, I would go back to the drawing board, literally, because they're just, for me, they're not doing it. Maybe other people think they're fine, but it just seems out of place. It's a great environment, though. It feels like a station underwater somewhere. It does. So from that point of view, they could build on that. But so far, color me not too impressed. I will try this game again, probably about a month or two, and just see if it's been updated, they've added anything. But right now, not too crazy about it. Let's just do one little suicidal charge here, guys. We're going to see her come up and close as she chews our head off, and we will end it there. I don't think we can get around her, can we? Well, let's try. Oh, we got around her. Holy crap. Oh, no. She's coming. And she got us. Chomp chomp. Wow. All right, guys. Cheers.